Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back. If you're new here, thank you for clicking on this video, and hopefully you'll play catch up with the rest of my journey. I'll stick some links in at the end of the video as well, so you can just click through those and get my history. But in brief, my name's Karen. I live in the West Midlands. I'm 56 years old and I'm also diagnosed as type 2 diabetic. I'm on Mounjaro and this will be my 19th injection. At present, I am just about to go up to 7.5, so one brand new pen at 7.5. Just for my history, I started at 2.5 like everybody, and that was in the middle of December. So I did 4 injections at 2.5. I then moved up to 3.25, which is adjusting the dose. That's my choice, but I will go into it if anyone wants to know how or why. So I did 3 at 3.75. I then went up to the 5, and I want to say I've done 9 at the 5 milligrams. I then decided that I was going to titrate up again. So for the last 2 weeks, I've been taking 6.25. So it's a shot and a quarter, basically. And now I'm ready to go up to the 7.5. Now, don't get me wrong, some people jump from the 2.5 to the 5 to the 7.5 without any problems. I've been in a position that I've been able to titrate up a little bit slower, and that's why I've done it. But there's different methods for doing it, but I'm not going to go into those now. So I'm going to prep this, get it ready, and take my 7.5. And then I'll come back to you. 2 seconds. Okay, so that's my first shot at my 7.5 done. So just take the needle off that. And like I said, hopefully I've titrated up slowly. I've never had, touch wood, any nasty side effects. Slight little bit of heartburn, bit of dry mouth occasionally, but nothing significant. So yeah, let's say food noise had started to come back a little bit, and my calories were beginning to tick up a little. So I think it's time for me to make that jump to 7.5. So stay tuned for next week, and I'll give you an update on my first week on the 7.5. And on that subject, if you can like and subscribe to this video, and also possibly drop me a comment if you have any questions. But if you also ring the bell, then that will also give you a notification as to when my next video comes in. Today's Wednesday, so my shop day is always on a Wednesday, but I weigh in and I upload my weekly vlog on a Sunday, just to confuse matters. It's just the way it's worked out. I am going to be changing my jab day to a Tuesday over the next couple of weeks, just because I go away in 8 weeks, I think it is, 9 weeks, and we go away on a Tuesday. So I want to take my jab the morning before we go, so then I've got it in my system, and then by the time I come back, I'll be able to take it again. So I don't have to take it with me for the sake of a day. So I will be moving it forward or backwards, whichever way I've done. I'll be moving it anyway. So one day, once I'm used to the 7.5, I'll move it to a 6 day, just to put that for a Tuesday. But at the moment, I'm keeping my weigh-ins as a Sunday because it just works. It's just easy for me to do those. Yeah, so Wednesday today, off to the gym. So hopefully I'll be able to get a little bit of gym footage in. If I don't do today, I can usually do it on a Saturday. It's a little quieter on a Saturday. Also looking to see if I can get in a bit of food, a bit of what I eat. It's pretty samey, to be perfectly honest. I've sort of got the standard go-to breakfast that I do one of 2 or 3 things. Lunch tends to be some sort of salad, whether it's cottage cheese or tuna, but again, nothing really exciting. And then my evening meals, I tend to batch cook. So quite often it will just be taking something out the freezer that I've cooked previously. But I'm hoping, if I've got time this week, I've got the ingredients to make a big lasagna as a big batch cut. So I'm hoping I'll be able to do that and get that to you as well. But you'll see in a couple of seconds, because this is Wednesday. Batch cook will most likely be Friday. I'll upload you an update on Sunday, and then you guys will be watching this hopefully by Sunday afternoon. So I'm going to leave it there for now. That's my job done, and hopefully I'll either see you in the gym or back in the kitchen for my batch cooking. Good morning, guys. Right, it's Sunday. My 19th week. Trying to work out where I was then. So week 19, and my first week going up to the 7.5. So I'm going to keep it really short this week, just because next week being the 20, I'm going to do a full roundup of start to finish, what I've done well, what I haven't done so well, what I'm changing, all the things. So I'm going to save all that for next week. So this week, how's the 7.5 been? Really good. No side effects. I've most likely a little bit more thirst, so I'm definitely upping my water, but then I think I've been slacking a little bit with my water, so trying to get that balanced out. My exercise has been brilliant this week. I've really this week's just been positive. I've just had a bit more of a positive outlook. The suppression's been there. No, I wouldn't say I've lost the suppression previously, but yeah, the suppression's come back, but it's not overpowering, so it's well under control, so that's really good. I've just had a bit more of a positive week. Being able to get out, the weather helps so much. Just get out, get a walk. We've walked to the gym, so we went on Wednesday, walked there, walked back obviously. Managed to get a really good workout in. The gym's beginning to get a little bit quieter now as well, as the new year people have stopped coming, and I think the weather helps as well. People just come at different times with the clocks changing, they go a bit later, so that's helped. And then we went to the gym again yesterday, which was the session that you've just seen a few clips of. Managed to get onto some of the other machines. I actually didn't record it, but they have a hip thrust machine, which I didn't even know was there. We sort of found it yesterday, so had a go at that. So just overall much more positive. So today is, let me see, it's 8 weeks now before I go on holiday. I go on holiday at the beginning of June. So I have now 8 weeks of weigh-ins. So time to lose more weight before I go on holiday. So my son, I'm going away with my adult son. So he wants to lose a few pounds as well. He doesn't have a massive amount to lose, maybe 10 pounds. But he wants to lose some weight as well. So the two of us have basically given ourselves a bit of an 8-week challenge. So we've basically said, right, this is the countdown. We're going to crank up the gym. So we're going to start going 3 times a week. So the plan is Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. We can easily get that in. And for the days that the weather is permitting, we will walk there and back as well. So he's trying to do a little bit more cardio. So that's our plan for the 8 weeks for the next 8 weeks. Weight. Okay, got to get onto it, haven't I? Right, March was really disappointing for me. I was on the 5 milligrams. I went up to the 6.25, and for the whole of March, I managed to lose 2 pounds. So it was a little soul destroying, if nothing else. But April has started better. So I weighed in last week at 149.2 pounds, and this week I've just weighed in at 147, so a whole 2.2 pounds, which is just amazing. I've lost this week more than I lost in the whole of March. March was just my storm month. We're all going to go through it. We all get there at some point. I was treading water in March, and it was beginning to feel a bit demoralising. But whether it's the 7.5, whether it's going up, whether it's just a little bit of a change in attitude, with getting some more gym workout done. My shoulder is so much better now because I've been going to physio for a couple of weeks, and that's making a massive difference. So I think it's a combination of everything. The 7.5 is definitely helping, but I don't think it's the be all and end all. That's why I've suddenly dropped some pounds. I think it is just giving me the combination of everything. The weather massively plays a difference. Makes a difference for me. Just having some sunshine and wanting to actually go out and get out the door, it's a huge difference. Just looking out at my garden, I've got a lot of gardening work to do. So hopefully that will start to pick up as well in the next couple of weeks. So that will give me a bit of exercise. So yeah, that's going to be my update this week. I'm not going to go into any details. I'm going to save all that for next week. I'm going to do some measurements, get some photos done, and do a full 20-week update. It will also work out that the weekend before I go away, so my 8-week challenge, will also be my full 6 months, so 6 calendar months on Mounjaro. I start my first jab on the 28th of November, and that weekend before we go away, I believe, will be about the 30th of May, so pretty much 6 months to the day. So I shall do some progress photos and do another update. But next week will be my 20-week update. It'll be my second week on 7.5, and we'll see where we get to. So on that, I'm going to leave you to it for your weekend. Have a fab weekend. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel and you are watching, please just take that second to just hit the subscribe button. Give me a like, give me some comments. What would you want to know? 20 weeks in, ask some questions. If you're new to Mounjaro or you're thinking about it, what do you want to know? And I'll try and add in some of those frequently asked questions on next week's video. I know there's definitely things that I would change or I wish I'd have done right at the beginning. But like I said, we'll go into those next week. So on that note, I'll leave you to it. Have a fab weekend, and I'll see you all next week for the 20-week update. Bye for now.